Alright, welcome back to video, and today I'm going to be going through a few movies from next year that I am excited for. Of course, some of these could be delayed. I actually did not realize that Fast X Part 2 had been delayed until I was like, is this getting released next year? Because I tried to find a tier list that had a bunch of these that were separated. I wanted to do one cohesive list of some movies that I think were worth discussion, and I did not realize Fast X Part 2 was delayed until I just Googled it. So, let's go ahead and get started. Captain America Brave New World. So, I've seen the trailers. It looks interesting, but the main source of excitement for me is Harrison Ford. Finally getting Harrison Ford in a Marvel movie is something that really excites me. Having him play the President of the United States again is going to be interesting. I watched Air Force One, and I really enjoyed that movie. So, honestly, very excited to see what happens with this movie. Only things that are holding me back is it's the same writers that did Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I wasn't a huge fan of that series. And it also didn't leave me in a great place for thinking about Sam Wilson as Captain America. So I am going to put that, I think, at B tier. Thunderbolts. I think this could be an interesting one. If I were to miss any of these in the theaters, it would probably be this one. The characters that they got, with the exception of Bucky Barnes, are kind of interesting selections, but not any I particularly care about. Maybe except for Elena Belova, because she was good in Hawkeye. So, B tier. And yeah, we're just going to go ahead and knock out all the Marvel ones. Fantastic Four First Steps is A tier. It would be S tier, except one thing is kind of holding back my excitement for this movie. And this is going to sound really weird, and I know it is. That's Pedro Pascal. So, basically, right now I'm following on X, because yes, I do have an account on there. The stuff involving Gina Carano's lawsuit against Disney, in which she lays out that she got fired for retweeting a tweet, while Pedro Pascal, I think, either retweeted one or fully just sent out one of his own. That was basically the same thing that they accused Gina Carano of doing, and he's essentially Disney's golden boy now. So I think he's a good actor, but it's that one little thing that that does hamper my excitement, because everything else about this movie sounds awesome. Retro future, the Fantastic Four, Galactus. It sounds like this is going to be an awesome movie. Also, it's just, why Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic? That's weird casting. Matt Smith had been in the rumor mill for this one, and I think he would have been a much better Mr. Fantastic, personally. If you don't know who I'm talking about, that's the 11th Doctor. A Minecraft movie. I actually am interested in this one, but Jack Black, and I wasn't a fan of one of the things Jack Black said over the summer. It's interesting. The trailer is. Jason Momoa is a very good actor. Very talented actor. He was in this Netflix movie, Sweet Girl. He's very good in that. That's a more serious action movie with kind of an insane ending. Not going to say what happens, but that movie took a turn you would not expect. And he's also in Fast X, where he's the highlight of that movie. So there's stuff I'm looking forward to and stuff that I'm not. From the world of John Wick, Ballerina. S tier. So this is actually my number one, right? This is my most anticipated movie of 2025. I love the John Wick movies. I've not seen Ana de Armas in much. I believe the only thing I've seen her in is No Time to Die. But I think that this movie will be very interesting. The idea that they're going to do more elaborate set pieces is what the trailer is hinting at. Also, Ian McShane as Winston. Even if it's only for a scene or two, is going to be fun. A posthumous appearance by Lance Reddick is also going to be very good. Also, Keanu Reeves. And Daryl from The Walking Dead as well. This movie has a great cast. All right. Next up, Leonardo DiCaprio's Theodore Roosevelt movie. So I don't even know if this is getting released. I just threw this in here because I think it is. So I am a presidential history nerd, right? But at the same time, I don't know if this is getting released. If I had a concrete release date for next year, it would probably be above. Honestly, we'd probably be talking a maybe S tier. But since I'm guessing for this one, I'm going to put it in between Brave New World and Thunderbolts. By the way, Martin Scorsese is also working on a Frank Sinatra biopic. But I think if either of these movies were to be released next year, it would be the Theodore Roosevelt one. Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I had a blast watching Five Nights at Freddy's 1. Get a concrete release date. More Matthew Lillard. Is this an S tier? You know what? Yeah, I'll put it as S tier. Why not? Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Okay, so I've not seen every Mission Impossible movie, but like the X-Men movies, and me wanting to have seen them all before Deadpool and Wolverine, this means I get to watch an entire franchise. I've seen a few of them at this point. I think I'm partway through Mission Impossible 3. And what I've seen is very good. So I'll put it... The prospect of getting a new action series to watch with Tom Cruise, who was really good in what I have seen him in, I'll put it in B tier. The Michael Jackson biopic. I think Michael Jackson was a really good singer. You've got his nephew starring in this movie, which is an interesting thing, and I think hopefully will lead to a very accurate performance. One of the biggest artists ever to live. I haven't seen a lot of musical biopics. The Johnny Cash one was very inaccurate, but biopics in general can be great. I think Oppenheimer was fantastic. I don't think this will be Oppenheimer level, but I think that this is going to be a really good movie. I'll put it in A tier. Finally, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein movie. I love the original Frankenstein book by Mary Shelley. It is, I think it's my favorite fiction book. It is just absolutely incredible. It's one of those books that when you read it, you cannot put it down. For a while, Andrew Garfield was signed on to star as the monster, which was an interesting casting choice. He's not, because he had scheduling conflicts. But Oscar Isaac as Victor Frankenstein sounds really interesting. Also, Guillermo del Toro is a fan of the source material. So this could be, if this is done right, this could be the best movie of 2025. And, yeah, I'll actually put it ahead of Five Nights at Freddy's 2. So there you have it. 10 movies. Didn't even intend that. But yeah, these are 10 movies from next year and my thoughts on them. This isn't every movie, obviously, and if you want to link your favorite, the one you're looking forward to the most, let me know. These are just a few that I think were worth discussion. And you know what? The more I think about it, is Harrison Ford enough to move Brave New World into A tier? Harrison Ford as a Hulk. Okay, you know what? I'm moving it into A tier just because Harrison Ford as a Hulk is going to be really interesting. So either way, that is it for my most anticipated movies. Definitely, like I said, we'll be planning on checking out Ballerina, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, and Five Nights at Freddy's 2 at the movies. And like I said, when I watch the other Mission Impossibles, this one will probably be a little bit higher. I've only watched a couple of them. And if this actually, the Leonardo DiCaprio Theodore Roosevelt movie actually gets released next year, it would probably be it would be one I go see at the movies. But that's it for this video. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.